Parts of southern Australia are forecast to hit above 45 degrees Celsius for multiple days in a row this week as an intense heat wave develops over much of the country. The Bureau of Meteorology is warning it's likely to be the most significant heat wave southeastern Australia has had in 6 years.
Yeah, Melburnians are set to swelter through the hottest day we've seen in years. It's forecast to reach 42 degrees. And right across the state, temperatures will be in the low to mid 40s today.
Trezell and Jacqueline West have finally been sentenced for the murders of Sincere and Classic Pettis, otherwise known in the media as Orrin and Orson West. Here's what they both got. Count 1, 15 years to life, probation denied. Count 2, 2 years, probation denied. Count 3, 4 years, probation denied. Count 6, 4 years, probation denied. And count 7, 364 days, probation denied. Counts 4 and 5 were dismissed because the jury could not reach a decision. So as I understand it, Trezell and Jacqueline West got 15 years to life plus 4 years. May Sincere and Classic Pettis never be forgotten, and at least justice was served, even though I'm sure many of us wanted to hear much longer sentences.
We just want to thank everyone in the community for all the support we've seen. We've felt so helpless. And seeing everybody out here really looking and helping out really means a lot.
So, tell us what happened the night the kids went missing.
Okay.
From our yard.
Okay. It was cold. I was going to make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I opened up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest two would go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. We keep them close.
And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And
they was playing with chalk, and I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see them now. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, did you see the boys?
And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids?
She said, no, they should be outside playing with chalk. I said, well, I didn't see them, so I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing.
We went outside, made our way into the backyard. We didn't see them anywhere.
I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street in both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this street. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names.
Must have just got out to the back fence, and then they were gone. As soon as I seen that they were gone, I immediately jumped in the car, did all the dirt roads, did all the culverts, checked over the rivers, the streams. I did everything.
The first day I wasn't around very much because I was just searching. I was running through the woods, screaming their name till my throat hurt.
Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there. He didn't see me. So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops. It's getting dark and I need help. We gotta get going.
We didn't see them anywhere. And Malaya said, should I call 911? And I said, well, just wait 1 second. I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods.
We made our way outside. You know, we got through the fence, and then we're standing right in front of Mom's RV. And she asked me, should I call 911? Right? That's, you know, kind of instinctual. You want to do that, right?
Right.
Because we don't hear them out in the yard. We never seen them in the house. We don't see them in the backyard.
So I called the cops. Cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us. And they had us just sitting there, and we wanted to keep searching.
And as soon as I got back, I wasn't allowed back in the woods until a man dressed in military outfit said I could go back into the woods.
But everybody came out in droves, and I wanted to thank you guys that night, but we couldn't go outside.
The cops told us the best are out here.
The best are out here searching, and we appreciate it, and nobody ever could tell, we could never talk to anybody, and that was the issue.
We just want to thank everybody.
We really want to thank you.
They have over 12,000 man-hours searched in the woods, and they're planning on doing more, which I'm really grateful. And I know the RCMP and major crimes are working around the clock trying to piece everything together, and I'm grateful for that.
Please, if anybody has seen them, please call, let somebody know.
Call the cops, call California the City Police Department. Call them and let them know what you've seen, if you see anything.
Anybody who has any information, or you think you've seen something or hear something, or any messages from friends about hearing something, just contact your local police services. Anything, guys, anything.
Messages still, if anyone knows anything.
If anybody knows anything, just come forward as soon as possible. 2 little kids are still out there. I want to find them. I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to.
Is there anything else that you want to get off your chest to everybody that's tuning in and watching? Anything you want to say to those that are watching?
I'm going to say, if anybody has information on the kids, contact your local police department, call RCMP, or you call Crime Stoppers if you have any tips or any information. I would just like people to do that.
Our boys, they are going to be rambunctious, okay? They are going to be here in this area. And I really would like to go into houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know if make sure. That's it. Because I don't. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. If you got any questions.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to say, this is the first time we're hearing from you guys, and I can't imagine what you guys are going through. I can't even fathom it. For you guys, for people who are thinking that there's some kind of foul play involved. We just spoke to the biological mother. She says she had a conversation with you guys, and that she thinks there's some kind of foul play involved. That she thinks you guys did something.
And that's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Did you feel in the beginning that they suspected you?
Of course. The stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
Yep. I mean, that's exactly the point. And if we can find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want, is to find our babies. That's it.
I'm going to keep fighting for the rest of my life to find these kids. That's the only goal I have at this point.
And I talked to her this morning, and I really wanted to tell her that I am completely sorry, because we were entrusted with her children, and they came to us, and they became our children. And we named them, and they are our children, and so we want them back. So please, if y'all could get back on what you guys are doing, we should be able to get a hold of somebody, but they took all of our tech, so they wanted to, I guess, just rule us out, which makes sense. That's a part of the investigation. So that's pretty much it.
Have you guys, you talked to the police all last night?
Yes.
So you guys willfully gave them your
everything?
Technology,
yes.
The car?
Yes.
How did they get a search warrant? Did you guys?
I don't see why they got one, but they got one.
Yeah,
we would have let them take anything.
But
we would have let them take everything. We let them come in and search with us. We asked them to come do that.
I mean, I already gave them everything on my phone. I'm the one who originally said, here, take my phone. We'll go through all my banking information. We'll go through all my stuff on my GPS from Google.
And you were offering all that up right from the
Yeah, I
beginning.
offered everything. I asked for the lie detector exam, the polygraph exam. I gave them my phone. I told them do drug tests.
You said they're flying in someone to do a polygraph test. Is that on you?
That's not just on me, but on everyone. That's what I asked for. I asked for that so early on.
So what do you make of the fact that they are bringing the cadaver dogs in?
Well, I'm actually pretty happy about that, because it's been about 3 months I've been asking for them. And
What did they take?
just tech, and that's it. Like our phones.
From the house, though, today.
Oh, well, I guess, should I answer that? Or?
Answer it to us, yeah.
Okay, so into the, okay, and I guess, I don't even know.
I see. Yeah, we seriously felt like we needed to be out here. We did. Again, we were told the best are out here looking already. Just to stay put, they have more questions. There was literally a cop with us the whole time in there.
He had sitting down. We would ask, can we go help? They had to sit down.
Said nope.
He said, no, we got the best out there.
So
we need
it's not,
you guys here in case we have more questions.
I don't want you guys thinking we
don't.
didn't try. We actually looked
tried.
before we called
We
the police.
Looked, yes.
And I imagine the mind-boggling part is the search for information. What happened? Where are they?
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And we're, yeah.
And just so we are able to present the information correctly, at what time did you guys notice your kids went missing, and at what time were they reported missing to the police?
It's about, I believe, I think it was about 4:30, going on 5. It was getting dark, like I said.
5-ish.
5-ish. That's about it. That's when everything played out.
And then when did you guys call the police to report them missing?
After we searched
yeah.
a little bit around here, it was dark, so we definitely we got worried.
Would you say it was maybe within an hour, a couple hours?
No, it was within minutes of us getting finished with our search. Okay. It was within minutes.
Okay.
So you wake up because there's been some time that you guys haven't heard the kids anymore, correct?
I woke up when Malaya woke me up. I'm pretty sure it was her who woke me up because we both kind of like woke up at the same time.
And then about 20 minutes passed, and then when I woke up, Malaya was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear Lily and Jack.
Okay, I already answered this question. My brother called me at 8:48 and asked me if I wanted to go to town. I said no, I was going back to bed. So I laid back down. I was playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I'm not sure what exactly time. I didn't look at the clock. My dog woke me up. I heard the kids outside. And then I dozed back off again. And the next thing you know, I heard Daniel hollering Jack and Lily's name. Then about maybe 5-10 minutes after I heard him, I'm not sure exact what time because I didn't look at the clock. And when I opened the door, Malaya was standing there in front of the RV, and I said, "What's up?" And she said, "The kids are missing. The kids, Lily and Jack, are gone." And I said, "How long?" She said, "About 20 minutes."
What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep, and the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, "Do you hear the kids?" And he says, "No." And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911.
Otherwise, what are the details? Have they been gone a long time? 0800.
What do you guys want people at home to understand about this situation? For them, even speaking about what you guys are feeling is difficult. What do you want them at home to understand about this whole situation?
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure everything. We're not sure. We said what we knew, and if anybody has seen them, or anything, please call the police department.
Would you be willing to provide pictures, or do you have any?
I have older pictures. All my newest were on my phone.
Okay.
A lot of people are speaking of this as, after the math, past tense. I want to talk about your kids in present tense. What kind of boys are these? Tell us about the boys.
Very playful, very rambunctious, and they do love to wrestle. They do love to kind of get rough with each other.
Kids.
They're kids. of course, they would love to go out, but so during the pandemic, we wasn't trying to go, out here. And so we stayed inside.
Did you guys ever go out and search?
Yes, we did. We searched before we called the cops. That's what we've been saying.
What time did they come up missing?
They came missing right before it got dark. And then we called. I searched the property. I even drove around this neighborhood right here. I even talked to a gentleman on that side, one of those streets over there. I said, "Did you see some little black kids?"
Did you go that way looking for them?
That's the way I was gonna come. But when I came back home, I decided to call the cops because it was dark. They couldn't have got away that fast.
And why did it take two people to go in the house and leave two kids out here by themselves? It should have been one parent going in and one parent right here watching the child, not two parents going in the house and leaving two little kids out here by themselves for 10 minutes.
No, they were in the backyard, and the back gate was open.
Out the backyard?
And the back gate was open, and I was getting wood from this lot here.
So you guys been unresponsible and left the gate open, left some little kids outside with the gate open.
All right. Sorry, you guys were talking about your boys who you're, I understand. For a mother's intuition, I know you were saying, and we'll get your names after this, but you were saying how you feel like they're in this area. Do you feel the same way? And what is the intuition? What is the sense you get? What do you think happened to your boys? Do you think someone took them? Do you think they're lost? Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely know they're not walking around. They're not that kind. They do not just roam around. These patches. They definitely, I think definitely would have been picked up or something.
That was my assumption.
I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now, but we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been.
Post any officers they can get at the New Brunswick border, PI border, and get them at every airport possible.
Have they ever taken off of the yard before?
No.
They've never taken off?
No.
The only time they go anywhere up in the woods is when my other two grandchildren are here. And they're always kept an eye on by me. And if Daniel's in the yard, he watches them too. And the kids have never wandered away or never gone in the woods by themselves in the last 2 years. Why all of a sudden would they do it Friday morning?